Hello my dears, and welcome to my channel. As always, I am very happy and grateful that you've chose to spend your time with me and supporting my channel. Really easy. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and click on the notification bell when you like to be known when I drop a new video. And I hope that you're all doing well. But if not, I do hope things will get better for you soon. But if you want to forget about things for just a little while, join me in meeting Wild Woodland Oracle. And this deck was created by Reilly. And you can get this deck at her website. And I also have the journal that goes with it. And if you are so inclined, if you want to get the deck, it is $39.95. She has it in British pounds, so whatever currency that converts for you. And then the journal is $49.95 British pounds. And we'll go over this journal because it is beautiful. I think I backed this on either BackerKit or Kickstarter. I cannot remember which one it is. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. I am just impressed by her talent. I really am. That's just the pages on it. But yeah, it's a beautiful journal, and it has a lot of goodies in it. And we'll go through that after we look at the deck, which is also beautiful. I really love this deck. Okay, so we have Kindness and Wisdom from the Wild Folk, and it has 50 oracle cards, and it does have the title. Woohoo! I'm so excited. It has the title on all the sides except for the bottom, but that's okay. I'm just really, really happy it's on one of the sides, the top or the bottom. And on the back, Wild Woodland, written and illustrated by Reilly, includes 50 cards and a guidebook. Be guided on your path with words of kindness and wisdom from the magical world of the woodland, nature, and beyond. Introducing this beautifully illustrated oracle deck, each card offers you insight and support daily, ideal for curious seekers looking for inspiration or for making deeper connections and spiritual guidance. And this is her website, and I will put the link to the Kickstarter and her website, so if you're so inclined to check it out a little bit more. It doesn't have any thumb indents, so you have to kind of like pull the deck box, and you got a nice little bunny rabbit, and on the side you've got more. I'm really blown away by her artwork. I really am. And it has the smaller guidebook, and we'll go through both the guidebook and the big honkin' box. And as you can hear, there's no ribbon, and they're not really snug tight in there, but it's not a big deal. And on the inside, you have the rabbit and the moon. Unless you really violently shake the box, I don't think it's going to be an issue. And on the back, you have this sweet rabbit, and you've got some silver foil, I guess is the best way. And you've got the title and some stars. And the edges are just, there's no foiling for the edges or anything. It's just white. And reversals, if you choose to use them. I know that a lot of people don't use reversals for oracles, but if you do choose to use them, the artwork gives it away. And the cardstock, if you're interested, is $350 GSM cardstock. And I forgot to tell you about the box. So the box is 5.5 height, across is 4 inches, and the width is 1.40. And the cards themselves are, of course, most oracle decks are bigger than your regular tarot. Not to say that all of them are, but the majority of them. So as you can see, the oracle cards are going to be bigger, and their dimensions are 5 inches height, across is 3.5, and the deck width is 3/4 of an inch. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip through this deck. And basically you have the number, you have the illustration, and then a keyword. And these are watercolor pictures. So cute. Ugh. And I originally missed out when she came out with the Oracle deck just by itself. And I was bummed at the time because I didn't really have the money to back it. But when I heard that she was doing the journal and I saw the journal, and I was like, yes, I don't care. I want to get this deck and journal really bad. But I mean, oh, look at how cute they are. But yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you how you spend your money. And if you want to splurge on something for yourself, by all means. And yeah, I think this is worth the money that I spent on it. Look at the cow. So cute. And I really, these kind of decks, with the watercolor or the illustrations are like this. They're very gentle. I don't know if it's the right word I'm looking for, but just, I don't know. These hold a very special place in my heart. They really do. And yeah, it's kind of superficial how I have to have good artwork on my cards. I really do, because that's what draws you to it. I mean, in all honesty, I imagine that that's what draws people to decks, is the artwork first, and then they look at the meaning with the card. I don't want to say whimsical. That's kind of an overused adjective. But yeah. The nature-based cards, I think that would be better descriptor. The nature-based cards, they hold a very special place in my heart. So cute. And we all need cutesy cards in our life. We really do. Oh, that's very pretty. I really think if you had this deck and you were feeling a little lost or down, that this deck would I think it would really lift your spirits. I really do. I hope she comes out with another deck, because, yeah, I am just in love with this deck. I might as well just say it. I love this deck. I love the back, too. I really love that. That's a pretty owl. I know, I'm gushing over this deck. And if it's not your thing, that's fine, you know. But I just was really excited to get this deck, and I was really excited to do a video about it. Because I just want to share the deck, because it is just so beautiful. Okay. And the cardstock is good. It is a little on the thick side, but it's still flexy bendy, as you can see. I mean, yeah, this deck will last you a while. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the guidebook that comes with the deck. And we have the rights reserved page. Then we have the content page. And a welcome to the Wild Woodland Oracle. And just goes into, you know, what the deck is about, and oracle cards, and how to use your oracle cards, to shuffle or not to shuffle. And I rarely see anything about shuffling in a guidebook. I don't know if I've ever seen any kind of thing in a guidebook about shuffling. I could be wrong. Connecting. And this is just suggestions on what you can do for your reading. And I like how she's got the cute little creatures in the book in the corner. And then we go into past, present, future spread, the tree spread, a 4-card spread, and so it begins. And then we go into the meanings, and you get a lovely picture. Yeah. Very, very lovely. And then you get the title and the number of the card, and then you just get the meaning. There's no reversal in this, and there is some questions or reflections that you could ask yourself. These are questions, and then we have just a little tidbit for you to reflect on. And, oh, look at the hedgehog. So cute. Okay, so that's basically the guidebook. I mean, it's very, very pretty. And then we have Sarah, a little blurb about her. Okay, so we'll go ahead and so shuffling, depending on if your hands are big enough to hold the cards, shouldn't be an issue on shuffling. You could do the rifle shuffle, you could do the overhand, and these you could probably even do a side shuffle with these cards because they are wider. I like to, if I ever do a side shuffle, which is rarely, the wider cards are better for that. So you can do a side shuffle. You can also break the cards up, put them in piles, and just pick them up that way. You can also do a fan spread. Not so much with the bigger cards. Or you could just spread them out on the table and pick one card that way. Okay, so let's see who wants to pop up and give us a message. Power, number 12. Okay. I do believe that's a hummingbird. Okay, power. Oh, kingfisher. Okay, the kingfisher sees the fish and powers through the water to catch his prize. In this moment, he doesn't doubt himself for a second. He focuses it and goes for it. True power comes from within. Is it time for you to take back control and step into your own strength? Do you have self-limiting beliefs? Write down any fears you have and then one by one break them down. Where does that fear come from? Identify your beliefs closely until you get to the core of each one. Once you see your assumptions about that initial fear and belief dissolve, it will leave you free to see that they were just your own doubts and not real obstacles. Fear is an unhelpful emotion. Release it and it has no power over you. Reflection. If you let go of all fears and just did what you really want, what would that look like? That's a good question. That is a really good question. I mean, fear is handy, but if it holds you back, it's not good. You can't always be what ifs. Because if you're always doing the what ifs, you're just going to sabotage yourself. Okay, so that is all I have for the deck. If you're not interested in seeing the journal, thank you for spending your time with me. And I hope that you will join me with another video. But if you're interested in staying and looking at this beautiful journal, you are more than welcome to stay. Okay, so it's a hardcover, and it has the title on the side, and on the back, this enchanting book goes beyond a journal. It is a gateway to deepening your card reading practice. Thoughtfully designed to provide insight and reflection, it includes worksheets, spreads, and helpful prompts and questions to enhance your personal journey and deepen your spiritual connections. A beautifully illustrated all-in-one collection featuring heartwarming artwork, stories, and poetry infused with gentle guidance and encouragement from the wild folk. Lovingly crafted to become a sacred space for your notes and evolving practices, this book helps you interpret your readings, track your progress, and explore the wonders of crystals, tasseography, sorry if I butchered that, manifesting, meditation, moon phases, and more. Let yourself be guided with wisdom and kindness, drawing inspiration from the magic of the woodland, nature, and beyond. Includes the fully illustrated Wild Woodland Guidebook, tuck storage, and full-color sticker sheets of the Wild Woodland Oracle cards. All right. And then we have the website once again. And yeah, isn't that beautiful? Oh, that is just so nice how the pages have that. I had to show it again. I know. Okay, so when we open it up, we have the contents page. Okay, and there's a lot in this book. Okay, then we have how to use your journal. And this is just the introductory page where Sarah says hi, and, you know, this is what's included with it and everything. And then we have what's the difference between tarot and oracle cards. And she just goes through that. Light the way. And then we have a nice story with Badger. And then we have the Wild Woodland calls to those who listen. And then we have this is the bigger version of the guidebook that's in the deck. And then we have Welcome to Wild Woodland Oracle. And yeah, this section is just basically the guidebook. It's a bigger version. So, as you can see, it's just a bigger version of, and the card that I drew is this one. Okay, so we can skip this because I already did the guidebook. Okay. So then we go into personal notes. And I will never write in this. This is, yeah, that's a bad thing, bad habit I have, is to buy these beautiful journals and I never write in it. It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. I don't know if anybody else does it, but yeah, it's like, I don't want to ruin the book. I don't. I just feel like it's ruined. All right, so then we have some personal notes if you want to write. Then we have some daily card messages. I just use a spiral notebook for my daily draws. Like I said, I'll never write in this. I may use it as a reference and use a spiral notebook or something, but I'll never write in it. Okay. And then we have some more, and then we go into crystals. And she does a little bit of intro to crystals here and just different things that you can do with them. And then we have crystals with Oracle and Tarot. And she kind of goes into how to use them together. Then we have more notebook. Then we have crystal grids. And what is a crystal grid? And she just gives you the background on that, and then tells you directions, I guess you could call it, and how to set up your grid, and using the crystal grid for abundance, and then how to set up your grid for that one. And then we have some more notes space. Then we have the Wish Keeper, which is the owl. Little story about that little thing. And then we have My Reading Journey. And this section focuses on various aspects of your life to where you may seek guidance from the cards. And the topics are grouped by subject, and then each section includes prompts and questions related to a theme. And also in the back, you get some stickers. I don't know if I'll ever use the stickers, but they're very, very cute. They're stickers of the deck. They're all the cards that are in the deck. So it's a nice little thing. Okay, so self-reflection and personal growth. And she includes questions that you can ask, because I know I stumble on questions all the time. And then we go through a crystal that you can use, and just some little things that you can use for that. And we get some more artwork, and then we have a My Best Self spread, and nice little spread there. And then you can use this for the spread. Just record it, and you can also do the moon phases. So this is just, and this is a space for you to stick your sticker if you want to. And it gives you, like, what are the cards telling me? How do I feel about it? Reflections and notes. Then we go into the story of the badger and the bee, and emotions and inner healing, and questions. And it's the same thing. And then it gives you a crystal to work with, and then you get some more lovely artwork. and an inner hug spread. Wow, that's so sweet. And then you get pages to do your spread with. And oh, little honey bunny. And then we go on to relationship, friendships, and connections. Got rose quartz and matters of the heart, and same thing. So basically she just gives you different things to focus on. Then we have best friends, fox in the hair, and then we have career and life purpose, and another day to explore. So just little stories from the wild folk, spiritual growth and intuition, and the inner eye spread. Yeah. So basically, spirit of the forest, and it's the same thing. You just pick a certain section that you want to focus on and work on. And okay, so then we go on to moon phases. And this part, moon lover, and this is if you want to use the moon phases. She basically goes through special moons and just describes just a background on working with the moon phases. And then we go into the different moons for each month. If you want to start working with the moon and you're like, where do I even start? With each month comes the different moons. Then we have some personal journal space, hugging the moon. And then we get a little background on what are the phases of the moon and what causes the phases of the moon. And it gives you a good introductory to the moon and the phases if you want to start working with it. And then we go into take care of yourself and your energy. And then we have the spreads for each of the moon phases, the new moon, full moon, the flight of the moon hare, and harnessing I cannot even say that, harnessing the power of the full moon. Sorry about that. And then we have some candle magic. And then we've got some journaling, and then we have astrology. We have the sun, moon, and rising. And this is a good also introductory to astrology because oh, I forgot there's a moon tracker page here. You can just track that for the astrology signs. But with astrology, if you want to learn about it, it's good to start with these three, because these three they're not the only thing that tells you about your yourself, I guess you could call it, but your sun sign is your core. Your moon sign is your emotions. And the rising is basically what you project onto the world. So it's a good place to start because it explains a lot. I really do, because a lot of people are just like, oh, what's your sun sign? But that is just one of the pieces of yourself. It's like all of these different little pieces that form you. And then it goes into a little bit of background about your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, and little questions you can ask yourself. And it goes on to why they matter, and crystals for the big three. So it goes into the different crystals for each of your sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. And then we have a sun, moon, and rising card spread. And then we get into a little mini astrology glossary. And this is also a good thing if you want to get started on it as well. And then connecting your big three to the moon tracker. And zodiac alignment ritual. And moon board. And then you got a page to do some notes and stuff. And we have the moon gazer. And then we have basically a space for your spreads. So you can keep a journal of all your spreads. And this one goes up to 12. Like I said, I'll never write in this because it's so pretty. Okay, so after we go through the spread pages, favorite decks. Yeah, that's not enough room. Wish list. No. Spiral notebook for that. Then we have a story about Bunny Ballerina. And then thank your lucky stars. And this is a gratitude practice that you can do. Daily gratitude. You have some pages for that. Sometimes it's hard to have a daily gratitude practice because you're just like, what do I have to be grateful for? And it is. It's like you can wake up very unmotivated. But I think just start small. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful I have food. I'm thankful I have water. I'm thankful I have clothes. You know, I know those are the basics, but it's a good place to start if you're just, kind of stuck. If that's the only thing you have to be thankful for, you're better off than quite a few people. So there's always something to be thankful for, even if it doesn't feel like it. And then we have reminders of joy, just like to remind you that you can have joy in your life. Sometimes we do have to be reminded of that because, you can be bogged down. And blessed be, write down what you love most in Mother Nature and why. We have some more personal notes pages and leaping dreams pages. Fill in the hairs by writing your hopes and dreams for the future. Then we have a mindful practice, kind of introducing you to that. Enhancing meditation with oracle cards. Self monthly care challenge. We all need that. And then we have Little Owl with his practical tips about meditation practice. Yeah, I don't really meditate. It is kind of hard because I have the racing brain. And I like to do a breathing practice. I can do a breathing practice because I'm doing something and I'm counting other than sitting with my thoughts. I don't like to do that. Okay, then we have some room for notes. Then we have Heart of the Woodland story and connecting with the universe. How does it work? Gives you some stuff that you can do for manifestation. The essential four. What do I manifest for? And we have a vision board, other methods, and a daily abundance spell, crystals to help attract abundance, a make a manifest jar, manifestation planner. Then we have some more notes pages, moon wishes, tea leaf reading, So you get a little introduction to that and gives you some shapes in your tea and what they mean, yes and no rating. And then we have some pages for personal notes. And another story about the bear and the hare. And the snow bear. And then we are at the end. And we have Sarah again. And we have her socials. She does have a YouTube channel. If you want to follow that. And you can sign up for her personal newsletter. And that is this lovely book as well. Okay, and it does have the ribbon to mark the page for if you want to use it. But that's all I have for this set here. Let me know what you think of it. If you want to put it on your wish list. And it also has the silver foil on it. It's yeah, I can't stop gushing about this, but this is a good introductory book also for different kinds of things that you can get introduced to if you've always been interested in it. You could check it out, but like I said, let me know what you think of it, positive, negative, or if you have it, let me know how it's working out for you. And if you plan to put it on your wish list, I'd also be interested in that. That I helped you discover a new deck or journal. Always happy to help people with that. But once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope that you will join me with another video. But until next time, take care and goodbye, my dears.